What is up, guys? Welcome to Dive In Garage, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build something I'm calling the wiring clean slate. And this is something that can go into anything. I'm talking boat, RV, race car, hot rod, drift car, whatever you're working on. This module can add a whole new set of wiring options for you. And in this video I'm going to show you how I took the wiring on this thing from this stuff everywhere, you know, it's just kind of flopping around, to this. Let's dive in. All right, so let's get this thing assembled. The very first piece we have, the foundation of what we're building here today. This is a circuit breaker fuse panel bracket. I think it's for technically a Tundra, but this is gonna work perfect for what we're looking for. And I'll say this right at the beginning, everything I'm gonna be using today, the link will be down in the description below. So that way you can build this exact same system for whatever you're working on. All right, so the very first piece we're gonna take a look at here is circuit breaker by Blue Sea. The great thing about this bracket is that in the description it says that it's designed to work with Blue Sea Systems hardware. So this circuit breaker here and this fuse panel. Let's go ahead and get both of those mounted on, and then we'll start wiring everything up. All right, now this is the first look at how this is all going to turn out, and I gotta say I'm already pumped. I'm already pumped. I'm going to do a couple things. I'm actually going to drill a few holes in this thing, which I guess I could have done before putting these on there, but I really wanted to see where these lined up and what open space I had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a few of these grommets here, and on the bottom, this circuit breaker is labeled line and load, right? So coming from the battery, we're going to go down here to the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the cable running. It's going to come through this bracket here, down and mount there. And then this this side of the terminal, or the breaker, is going to go from here. It's going to go through the panel, up out of one of these sides, and connect to our fuse panel here. So I thought about going through here, but I wasn't quite sure how that would look if I had just a couple of these. I might try it out, not sure. But either way, I need to get a few holes drilled, and then we can move on. Holes drilled, grommets in. So what this is going to work is battery power is going to come in right here, go to the line section, the load section is going to come up over here, and come up through here and connect to right there. And if you're wondering about the ground system, the way that it's laid in my truck, the ground cable is already in a perfect spot to just lay right on top of here. I might do like a self-tapper with a little zip tie just to keep it together, but we don't need to do anything special for the ground side. It's already in a good spot in the truck. So now what we can do is we can start running some cable. So this is the cable I'm going to be using here. This is 6 gauge because I'm not running a ton of amperage through this thing. Everything's rated for 100 amps, but I'm not even going to probably get to close to half that. But I just like to build things up just in case. You never know what you might be adding down the line. So I'm going to get this ran, get it connected and terminated, and then we will keep on moving. Alright, so I did call an audible, and I'm going to hook up the solenoid right now. This is a Cole Haas continuous duty solenoid, and I think it makes the most sense to put it here up front. Just that was for serviceability. I thought about putting it in the back, but the way my truck is, it would be way back there, not serviceable at all. I'd have to remove all of this just to get to it. But this way I can attach this bracket once, and whatever comes off I can get to it, service it, replace it if needed. But I think it's going to work out pretty good. So I got that one cable hooked up. Like I said, it's coming from the battery. And now for the load section, it's going to go from here off of the circuit breaker to, let's see, this side here. And then it's come out through this little hole and grommet to this side, out to this side through this hole and grommet, and up into there. I know that's a lot of in and out and in and out, but I wanted to, like I said, make this one kind of package deal and keep it all sort of contained. Just that way you can pick this up and, like I said, slap it onto whatever you're working on and it'll work just fine. right, now there is a majority of the work done, and we have mostly connected. And we have, this is the battery feed cable. It comes in here to the circuit breaker to the line side. And when you close the circuit breaker, like it is now, power then goes to here, and then it can stop right here at this solenoid. Then what you need to do is trigger this solenoid. So we have two posts coming out here in the front. One's a positive, one's a negative. So for the negative one, we're just going to take it, and we'll probably route 2 wires through that little gap in the ground down there, and we're going to ground this negative to this ground bus bar up here. We'll bring the wires out and about, and then to trigger this, I already have a switch set up in the truck, but what you're going to need is a 12-volt trigger. This can kind of come from anywhere, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap in right here to the line side from the battery, and I'm going to have this feed a toggle switch, just like one of those up-down ones. So when you feed it power to that toggle switch, it'll draw power from here, and then it'll trigger this solenoid, which will then feed all of your fuse and all of your other systems that you got linked to this. And so far this thing is looking pretty sick. Honestly, the wiring is turning out pretty simple. Maybe a little bit of mess going on the bottom, but that's okay. My plan for the loads is to run at least, I don't know, maybe 4, maybe even 6, and I'll run them from here straight down, and I'll bundle them together and feed them through here. So that way when you're done, you have a nice little 6-group pigtail that you can splice right into right away, and you can label them to different colors, nice and easy. I think I have 5, or I got 5 colors, so it looks like I'll be doing 5 of those. And that is pretty simple. So I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to get those pre-wired assembly going. I'll get these 2 wires run, 1 connected, and we'll be almost done. Alright, and this here is the finished product. It's a great base for you to get started, get some initial circuits wired up, and there's plenty of space for more circuits to be wired in. So let's take a quick look at how this works. This here is a 6-gauge cable we're going to be using from the battery. Comes in here to the line side of the circuit breaker, and then goes to the load side, and comes here to, this is a continuous duty solenoid, right here to the inside. And this is just a ground wire that goes to the solenoid, and this is a 12-volt trigger. And your little wiring harness here that I made up, it has 1 red 12-volt trigger, super low amperage. All that's doing is activating the solenoid to close the circuit, so the power can pass to this side, and it goes up and through the little bracket and to the fuse panel, and then of course to all of your things you have wired up. And the cool thing is the case still works, or the cover still works. You can still put the cover on because you have the the feed wire going kind of out at a 90-degree angle. You have a couple options. You can go do that, or you can go straight in, whichever works best for the way you're doing it. That way works just fine for me. As you can see, it clicks on real nice there. And then of course you have all your feeds for your accessories and a bunch of grounds. And what I ended up doing is I just went ahead and wired up 6 additional grounds, just so that way I could have a little bit easier time installing into the truck. So I got these ready to go, and then of course I have all these positive feeds ready to go. There's only 4 of them right now, plus our 12-volt activator. And these are just small little wires because I need to do a little bit of rewiring in the truck, but I can tackle that once this is installed. It'll be an easy day. Now, how to actually get this into the truck. So if you look, let's see, down here, there's a little 90-degree bend. Can you see that? Yeah. Down here, there's a little 90-degree bend that you can use to put some self-tapping screws in. There's a couple holes that are pre-drilled, and you can use those if they're available. But I mean, honestly, you can drill some new holes and put them anywhere you need to put them. That should be pretty easy. So now that we got this wired up, I'm gonna go throw it in the truck, and I'll bring you back once it's all in. Current state of affairs is pretty bad. There's just stuff everywhere, you know, it's just kind of flopping around. Not really organized in any way. And I had this little panel in there, and coming to find that this little blade style panel, not the way you want to go. I've had a bunch of times where these little female connectors will just pop out and I'll lose the system while driving. Not what you want to have. Yeah, so it's time for this to go. And here it is, freshly installed, much more organized and much more reliable now. And this install went really well. It was a little crazy, but I got it all tamed down, everything bundled up, wired properly. And I'm really happy I made those little pigtails coming out down here at the end for the power and then the ground. That really made this whole thing a lot easier. Now let's do a quick systems check, make sure everything works. Right now we got the breaker in the off position, so if I flip this switch, nothing should happen. Perfect, perfect. Now flip that back down, turn the breaker to the on position, and now everything should start lighting up. Yep, here we go. We got some lights going on here. Now let's activate the solenoid, because right now the power is coming into the battery, to the breaker, and to one side of the solenoid. Let's activate it with this 12-volt reference. Boom, there you go. We got some things lighting up already. Got my little rocker panel there. All right, perfect. Now let's kick on the Holly. Perfect, perfect. I don't know if you can hear the fuel pump going. We got the Holly kicking on over there. Perfect, that's exactly what it should do. Now, here's the key. Let's make sure the breaker does what it's supposed to do. If I flip this, everything should die. Boom, perfect. Everything's dead. We've completely cut power, and now we know this breaker is doing its job protecting our system. All in all, guys, I am really happy with the way this turned out. I love that there's like a bracket in here that holds everything. It holds the fuse panel, the breaker, the solenoid, all the wires go through it and they go behind, so there's not this crazy bundle of wire everywhere. It is much better, much cleaner, and now I know it's reliable. Before, like I was saying a second ago, those female spade terminals, it would just pop out. But now, with this, with the screw type I-ring terminals, those things are in there and they ain't going nowhere. And I did go ahead and get the label maker out. I labeled some things. It's something I've always kind of wanted to do, just so that way I can know what's what without guessing. But guys, this thing is killer. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, that about does it for this video. And if you want to build this system for yourself, check out the links in the description below. Feel free to follow them, use them to purchase the parts that you need. I get a bit of a commission, so I appreciate if you follow those links. And guys, I cannot tell you how much of an improvement this has been for Hank. His wiring issues have been there from the start because I was kind of just scrambling, adding circuits here and there. But that was where I really needed a fresh start. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Well, if you liked the video, guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get out there and dive your next project. Catch you next time.